We're back with more Call to the Booth. That's Aqib Talib. I'm Harrison Sanford. You want to win your fantasy week? Well, we can help you out. Specifically, Aqib can. Send in your questions. He answers them for you. DM them to Call to the Booth on Instagram or Twitter. We take them in video format as well as text. We have a couple of text questions. Aqib, some people need your help. Our first question came from Twitter from Corey T41. Here's his question. John Brown put up 19 points in week 1, 18.2 points in week 2. Will he continue to put up similar numbers for the rest of the season, even with Stefon Diggs on the team?
Honestly, I think the reason that he put up 18 points and 19 points is because Stefon Diggs is on the team. So Stefon Diggs, he the number one guy. He had a safety leaning, or he draw the number one corner, or whatever. So I actually got John Brown on my fantasy team. My dumb ass had him on the bench this past week. So I left 18 points out there. I still won. I still scored 143 or something like that. You know, that's me though. But John Brown will continue to put up points, man. Put him in your lineup, start him. He ready to go.
It really hurts when you have a lot of good points sitting on your bench. Let's get to
Feels
question.
Terrible, Harrison.
Let's get to question number. It's terrible. Let's get to question number 2 from TY Psych SYKE 18 on Twitter as well. He got offered Patrick Mahomes and Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Wilson, I believe that's Russell Wilson and Kenyon Drake. His RB situation already: Saquon Barkley gone, Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, and Jonathan Taylor. Should he take that deal? Patrick Mahomes and Clyde Edwards-Helaire for Russell Wilson.
Nah, don't take the deal, man. I know. Patty Mahomes boy and Hilaire. I know it sounds tempting, man, to get those guys, but you already got Jonathan Taylor, you already got Drake, and you got Russell, baby. Russell dropping buckets every week, man. So I think you good, man. Stay with what you got. Don't trade those guys, man. Stay with what you got. You good.
Okay. Our last question here before we get a little bit of waiver wire advice. Which one of our guys here has 3 running backs on his roster? He's confused where to start. Or he has more than 3, but he needs to start 3. Who you starting this week? Kenyon Drake, Melvin Gordon, James Robinson, and Leonard Fournette. You got 4. You need to start 3. Kenyon Drake, Melvin Gordon, James Robinson, Leonard Fournette.
I wouldn't start. Who the Broncos play this week again?
So you got James Robinson against the Dolphins, Leonard Fournette. Well, it might be too late for him. Hopefully, James Robinson. This is Friday, so it might be too late on that end. But James Robinson going against the Dolphins. Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, Bucks and Broncos. Oh, so perfect. So Leonard Fournette against the Broncos, Melvin Gordon against the Bucks, Kenyon Drake against the Lions.
I wouldn't start Gordon.
I feel like the Drake is a necessary
I wouldn't
start.
start Gordon, man. I'll stay away from Gordon, man. The Bucks is they got a nice front 7, man. They always pretty good against that run. And the Broncos is struggling, man. So who knows? They might load the box and make whoever that second string quarterback, I forgot who he is. They ain't gonna make him throw the ball around. So I'll leave Driscoll. They gonna leave Driscoll. They gonna make Driscoll throw the ball around. They gonna load that box. So I'll stay away from Melvin Gordon this week.
Okay, so a lot of people playing fantasy football suffered major injuries to Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey out, and obviously that was one of the top 3 or 4 picks. There's a lot of running backs out there that people might be considering. Mike Davis, who was replacing Christian McCaffrey, Josh Kelly over there from the Chargers, and then there's also Darrell Henderson in that crowded running back by committee Ram situation. I don't know what that's about. I know you have Malcolm Brown on your team, so for the people who are considering getting Darrell Henderson, trading for him, can you break down what he could do for the team or just how it works out? Because it does seem it's not the Todd Gurley era anymore. It looks like it might be a running back.
It's definitely by committee, and it's the hot hand. So it's the start of the game. It's definitely going to be Henderson. And if he gets it going early, man, he's going to be the one. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a safe pick, and we'll go Mike Davis in Carolina. He's the backup for Christian McCaffrey, and we know they like to run the ball. They got to run the ball in Carolina. So, man, Mike Davis, he'll get a lot of carries. Let's rock with them too.
All right, that's it for our fantasy football questions answered by Aqib Talib on our Fantasy Fridays show. Hopefully you get some W's this week. Report back to us. Let us
Let's
know
go,
how it
baby.
went. When we come back, we're going to break down the Ravens versus the Chiefs, Packers versus the Saints. It's a big-time matchups coming up in primetime football. In this week 3, we'll be back with more Call to the Booth.